we are going to discuss is about latitudes. Latitudes, angular distance of a point on the Earth's surface measured in degrees from an imaginary line named the equator, which lies midway between the poles. Now, what do you mean by the word angular distance? Angular separation between any two objects is called as angular distance. Okay, now the distance, usually whenever we measure the distance, it is measured only in kilometers. But when it comes to the angular distance, it is always measured in degrees. The place where the latitudes and longitudes meet each other is called a grid. The place where latitudes and longitudes meet each other is called a grid. And what is this grid useful for us? It is helpful in locating places. Now, reference points or landmarks help us in locating or explaining the location of a particular place. Now, when it comes to the reference point, in social science, they won't use the word called as landmarks. Instead of the word landmarks, they go for the word called as reference points. Now, what does this reference point mean? Now, whenever we go for a new place, now for example, there is a birthday party in my friend's house and I want to reach there. So my friend will give me some reference points. Say, for example, I am a resident of Nizampet village. Now my friend resides opposite Pragati Central School. So she may give me Pragati Central School as the reference point. So I try to reach Pragati Central School first, and after reaching Pragati Central School, it will be easy for me to locate her place. So these particular reference points, whatever we are talking, locally they will be very useful for us. But when it comes to international reference points, they need to be approved by everyone. One particular international reference point is our 0 degree prime meridian. Hope you know that. A latitude is the angular distance of a point on the Earth's surface measured in degrees from which an imaginary line named the equator, which lies midway between the poles. Now, so this is our equator. This particular equator divides our Earth into two hemispheres. Now, at the beginning of the lesson, we discussed that the Earth is sphere in shape or spherical in shape. Now, if you observe carefully, half of a sphere will be called as hemisphere. Now, as the equator, it divides the Earth into two equal parts. From the equator till the North Pole, it is called as the northern hemisphere, and from the equator till the South Pole, it is called as southern hemisphere. So basically, the equator, it divides the Earth into two hemispheres. Now, the next point, imaginary lines that run from east to west. So our parallels are the imaginary lines that run from east to west. And here, if you observe carefully, we have the equator, which divides the Earth into two equal parts. That is the first point we discussed. The second point is, these imaginary lines, they run from east to west. And the third important point is the distance between any two parallels. For example, the distance between this parallel and this parallel, or the distance between this parallel and this parallel, will be only 1 degree. So the distance between any two parallels of latitudes will be 1 degree. So this particular 1 degree, if you want to convert into kilometers, it becomes 111 kilometers. Now, how that calculation is done, I will show you now. Okay, now coming to the Earth, the circumference of the Earth is 40,000 kilometers and the angle of the Earth is 360 degree, as it is a complete circle. So to find out 1 degree distance, if you do 40,000 by 360, you will be getting 111 kilometers. So the distance between any two parallel latitudes will be 111 kilometers. Now, the equator, whatever we are talking, is denoted with a 0 degree, and this is the most important latitude. And coming to the next latitudes, as we see, the latitudes after the equator will decrease in size. If you observe carefully, the latitudes which are above and below the equator, they will be keeping on decreasing. Now each particular latitude is a complete circle. The latitudes which are towards the northern part of the equator are denoted with the letter N, and the latitudes which are towards the southern part of the equator are denoted with the letter S. The distance between any two latitudes will be equal. As we read in our grade 5, we have 181 latitudes. Out of these 181 latitudes, we have 7 important latitudes. We have 7 important latitudes. The first and the most important latitude is the equator, which is denoted with 0 degree. Now the next one is the Tropic of Cancer, which is denoted with 23.5 degrees north latitude. Now in the 23.5 degrees south latitude, we have Tropic of Capricorn. Now in the 66.5 degrees north latitude, we have Arctic Circle. In the 66.5 degrees south latitude, we have Antarctic Circle. To remember Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, you can remember the zodiac signs. Okay, now to remember Antarctic Circle, you have to remember the world's white continent, the world's frozen continent, which is nothing but Antarctica. So the 66.5 degrees south latitude is named after a continent called as Antarctica. Now coming to the 66.5 degrees north latitude Arctic Circle, we have the world's smallest ocean, which is the Arctic Ocean. So if you remember Arctic Ocean, we can remember our Arctic Circle also. And the last 2 important latitudes are the 90 degree north pole and 90 degrees south pole. The next topic is climatic or heat zones of the earth. All the parts of the earth do not receive equal amount of heat from the sun. They have different types of climates. On the basis of the above mentioned latitudes, the whole earth is divided into 3 heat zones: torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. Torrid zone, the name itself says that it is hot. Now this particular zone gets direct rays of the sun. And this particular zone is the hottest region of the earth. This torrid zone extends between or lies between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. That means our 23.5 degrees north latitude to the 23.5 degrees south latitude. The midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all latitudes of this region. This particular point we are going to discuss in the next lesson. The second zone is the temperate zone. This particular temperate zone, it lies between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and between the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. That means we have 2 temperate zones. One is the north temperate zone, the other one is the south temperate zone. The north temperate zone lies between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle. The south temperate zone lies between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. Now this particular temperate zone, it experiences slanting rays of the sun like this. And these particular regions have moderate temperatures, like our prairies. Last year we discussed about the prairies, the temperate grasslands. Yeah, these should belong there. The last zone is the frigid zone. Now, this zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. Here the sun does not rise much above the horizon and the sun's rays are very slanting. These regions are the coldest regions of the earth's surface, and here the rays of the sun will be very slanting. Actually, we won't get the rays of the sun also. That is the reason this particular zone is cold throughout the year. For example, Antarctica and even Greenland also can be taken into consideration.